Hello, everybody, and welcome to Flights of Fandom once more into the verse, our very first Firefly flight. So try saying that 10 times fast. I am your humble GM, Zach, otherwise known as Great Zamino, and I am joined by a fantastic cast of some of our regulars and some people who are a little bit irregular, who come in, should be coming in more regularly, you know? So yeah, suss that out. But let's go ahead and start with our introductions for everybody. So once again, I am Zach, otherwise known as Great Zamino. I use he, him pronouns. And I'm so grateful to be GMing over you lovely, lovely people. And let's go ahead and start on the left-hand side. Des, why don't you give us your introduction? Oh,
there we go. I got it this time before anybody had to correct me. I am Des. Hello. I am Desipalooza on Twitter, and I will be playing your very fun, very capable, definitely not doing something bad pilot, Aya Zhelan.
Excellent. And moving down the overlay, Marcy, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hey y'all, it's me, Marcy, aka Experimental Madness, which is still the username. You can find me most places around the internet, except for Twitter, where I still continue to not exist. But in theory, you can find me under the username Marciful. I'm very excited to be playing the resident muscle slash. Should be fun.
Excellent. Yeah, and moving over to the other side of the overlay, Hops, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, shucks, that's me. What's up, everybody? I'm Hopper. I use they, them pronouns, and I can be found in, on, around, casually adjacent to the interwebs at Fail Deadly. That is with a 3 instead of an E if you want some bad hot takes. And tonight I will be playing Slate Redding, whose pronouns are the fuck you want to know and what? Speak up. And who the resident medic, who's definitely good at that and not just at punching people in the throat.
Excellent. And finally, rounding out our fantastic cast, Puja, if you'd like to give your introduction.
Hello, everybody. I am back. I am Puja, with new hair and a new character. I am playing Captain Ryka Arora, the captain of this ragtag band of ragamuffins, about to get up to no good in space. And her pronouns are she, her, as are mine. And that's all you need to know for now.
Excellent. So guys, I've just been oh, good. We're not unclear. So I'm going to pump up our volume a little bit by about 3 decibels, see how that goes. We're coming in a little bit soft, and we'll see if we can kind of make that a little bit more raucous going forward. So one thing I was going to go ahead and let you guys know is that we are reclaiming this work. So as you guys know, you guys may have the question right at the front of your mind. Hey, isn't Joss Whedon a big asshole? And why are you running a game set in a universe that he created? Well, it's kind of like Death of the Author. Once, somebody reveals themselves to be a absolute massive pile of shit, we get to take that back from them because they created something that is better and greater than them, and we get to add our own spin to it while at the same time saying, hey, fuck you, Joss Whedon. So just bear with this in mind as we go forward. And without further ado, unless anybody also wants to throw in their own expletives, we'll get started in the world of Into the Verse. But before we get started, I need to put on a little bit of music. All right. So y'all let us know if you can hear this a-okay. As you guys break Atmo over the sky of Persephone aboard the ship, the Helena. What is each of you doing as this Cerberus class vessel stabs into the upper atmosphere?
I feel like I'm gonna let Aya go first because
Hey, you're the captain.
Aye, Captain.
you're the pilot.
I am not even. I mean, yes, I am the pilot, and I got us here. But now that we broke Atmo, I'm thinking of all the places I could go on Persephone, all the people I can meet, a couple of gambling dens that I could hit up, you know, some underground like racing kind of things, you know. But I won't tell you this. If you ask me, I'm excited for food. I'm excited for sightseeing, all of that good stuff.
I was gonna.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Are we officially starting with Captain Ryka, or are we going with Aya for this?
I think that was her.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, before we kind of segue over to the captain, Aya, tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, what do we see in this cockpit? Not only that, tell us about how you have made the Helena your home away from home in the middle of the black, as it were.
I would say that, you know, the Helena is really Ryka's ship, but at the same time, it's also my baby. So there in the cockpit, you know, it's dusty, it's dirty, but we still have like little things of Aya. We have like cutesy character like figurines, a couple of like throw blankets. It's very for lack of a better term that I can think of at the moment, it's very cozy femme. At the same time, Aya herself is not a cozy femme. She's got like long black hair, kind of shaved on one side with like a really beautiful, intricate geometric pattern just shaved in. Full tattoo sleeves on both ends. I'm thinking like yellow tinted aviator glasses, really long fingernails, really low cut, pushed up shirt boob situation going on, shorts and like combat boots, just ready to just, you know, go buck wild the minute that she can go get a beer or something.
Excellent. And one thing I do want to ask, how does the Helena fail or fall short of your own ship from what you can remember?
Oh wow, my ship was the Zephyr. It was my baby. I customized it from like, you know, from the you know, top to bottom. I did everything with it, and so the Helena is not. It is slower, a bit, you know, jerkier. I still kind of I definitely feel that I make up for it with my maneuvering, but you know, the Zephyr could have piloted herself if she had to. She was a beautiful, perfect ship, and I miss her.
Excellent. And I think as you are kind of piloting into Atmo, you notice a blinking light on your comm, which signifies that a hailing frequency has opened. What do you do?
Ooh, I gotta hear it because it might be somebody good, or at least, and by good I mean interesting and has a good party that I can go to.
So excellent. As you tap the button to open the comm, you are met by somebody who is not necessarily good, but is plenty interesting. You hear the sharp, rasping accent of Badger, your contact on Persephone.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to be a static message that's kind of coming in over the airwaves, as if almost kind of like just meant for the captain. Immediately upon hearing it, it seems addressed to Captain Aurora. What do you do? Do you listen?
I listen, but I also like Hell Ryka. I was like, hey, we got something for you. And I assume that we can that I pass it along, but I'm also still listening in because, you know, I'm nosy like that.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Well,
Oh.
I was like, well, speaking of Captain Ryka, what instead of on the comm, what you hear is a voice behind you saying, "Put it on the speakers," because unbeknownst to you, the captain, as soon as you broke Atmo, came over because one of her favorite parts about flying is the descent and looking at all the chaos from above. It's just wonderful and welcoming. So she stands right a little bit far off from your chair, but not too far. You see a not very tall woman. She's in pretty standard, like unremarkable, I would say, like for the time period. I'm assuming everything is like, I don't know, in the future, is everything cotton? Are we back to like old days, or is it polyester and machine made? I don't know. What are fabrics doing in the future?
What a question.
Sorry, I thought that you were asking me. I realized it was rhetorical. Go ahead.
No, it's for the group. What do we think fabrics are doing in the future?
I feel like there's a lot of ranching, so
Yeah.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of wool.
Well, they would melt and die. Well, I guess they're in space, so I guess wool
I think
makes
it
sense.
depends on where we are in the system. Like if we go like closer to the core, I think you're gonna get some more polyester and machine made stuff, and the further out you get, it starts becoming more homespun.
That makes sense. I think what the captain is wearing clothes that feel comfortable in the sense that like it's been molded to her shape with body heat over time. So very high quality, so there's not any like holes or other wear and tear on it, but it's definitely well loved, well fitted. Each got dark pants, dark boots, and a chocolate brown leather jacket, which unclear as to what that brown is supposed to mean. But yes, she is very interested in hearing what Badger has to say.
As you are kind of waiting for this, before we kind of find out exactly what Badger has to say, I'm curious, what does your quarters look like inside of the Helena?
I think inside of the Helena, the captain's quarters are an ADHD nightmare. Everything is everywhere, but with purpose. Like, do not move her shit, because she knows exactly where it is. Yes, it's meant to be on the floor under the chair. Fuck off.
Excellent. Let me ask you something. Does the captain dream often while in the ship, or when sleeping, or is it one of those things where it's restless?
I think dream nights with dreams are rare. She's pretty light. She's a pretty light sleeper, and kind of prefers to be that way as a captain, because you never know when you're gonna have to spring up and jump. So deep sleep is probably not the best idea anyway. But there are nights when Aya convinces her to go out on the town and maybe imbibe a little hard, because what else are you gonna do out there in the black? I think she does have very vivid dreams on nights where she's sleeping drunk.
And I think there is something about recently you had a snippet of something, like almost like something that you are trying to remember that is at the tip of your brain. And I think that in your mind's eye, you see something to do with, like, you see a pair of hands moving in front of your eyes. And as you're trying to remember this moment, like as you're becoming fully alert but not quite shaken of the dream, you hear the barking, rasping voice of Badger come online. And he says something along the lines of, "Oh, greetings and welcome to Persephone, my fine Captain Aurora. Heard you in the Helena break Atmo a few moons away, and I didn't get so much as a goram hello. Be that as it may, I've got something that needs a delicate touch. You and your crew's particular delicate touch, as it were. Been hearing a lot of Alliance chatter just past my ears on Hades. about a bit of potential salvage. Don't know what exactly, but it's easy pickings for a Cerberus class ship. You come down to Eavesdown docks, and my people will show you to the den. You just tell them Badger sent you. Doluma. And that is when this kind of grainy image cuts out after seeing this very familiar visage of a kind of shabbily dressed man in a bowler hat, a receding hairline, and a lean and hungry look in a smile that resembles that of a shark, if such a thing actually exists.
I think Ryka is going to go over the intercom and say, well, first she'll ask Aya, how long until we can touch down at the Eastdown docks?
We can go there right now if you want to.
All right. She hits the intercom and says, crew, 10 minutes. We're going to the Eastdown docks. Looks like Badger's got a little something for us.
At which point, I believe our two other residents of the ship, you pick up the comm from Captain Aurora. Who responds first? And what are you doing?
Marcy, may I involve you in a scene?
Of course.
So I think you see a very kind of well used and rough and tumble kind of medic bay, and kind of so you see a slender person with this very salt and pepper short-cut hair, wearing an old field jacket, and they are kneeling and holding they appear to be tinkering with something in the hand of the other occupant of this med bay. I feel like it might be a good idea to describe our larger friend first for context.
So I think standing opposite of Slate is there's no other way to put this, an absolute mountain of a woman, at least nearly 7 feet tall and absolutely ripped. This woman's seen some stuff. She's staring intently at what Slate is doing to her amputated hand, but has a host of mechanical bits that crawl up to the elbow. She's missing one eye, but the one that remains is entirely bloody to the point of almost looking permanently red. Her face is a wash of scars and piercings and other decorative things. Most of her hair is shorn off. She's got something that looks like it's now coming in that could be closely described as more of a pixie cut, sparse blonde hair coming in. But for the most part, it's still got that kind of military crew look, almost like maybe somebody tried to help salvage this nightmare. This is Slash.
And what does Slash's quarters look like on the ship typically?
Slash doesn't have any quarters. I think for the most part, unless Slash is being is out on a job with the rest of the crew or is allowed to be in the med bay. I'm pretty positive in thinking here, you can correct me if I'm wrong, that Slash is usually chained up in the cargo bay.
Okay, that tracks.
I am curious though.
But chained to a bed, we're not heathens.
Yeah,
that's Slash's job.
I get the vibe that Captain Ryka, if you don't have eyes on Slash is not allowed to go anywhere.
I think it's basically Ryka, and I think probably Slate can get away with it as long as Slate, makes a lot of promises. Yeah, Aya and Slash would not be allowed in the same room together. Sorry. Alone.
Oh, come on! We have so much fun. I can take Slash to so many cool places. We have a good time. Honestly, there's kind of an underground ring that Slash would fucking kill at. I mean, not literally. Okay, maybe literally kill, but also kill at.
This is why.
And Slash, I don't think you can help this. And if I'm reading into it, feel free to say no. How many different ways do you think that you could kill Slate right now?
20.
So,
And that's just using my teeth.
So across from this mountain of muscle, this kind of creature that embodies, this person that embodies violence, who do we see?
So now, I guess now that the camera's kind of panned, probably did the camera start its pan up at the bottom and then go the way up, or go start at the top and go down?
You tell me. This is your intro.
We started at the top and now we're here. So you see like a person of indeterminate gender, with just they look like they've been through the ringer. A little bit older. In their maybe late 40s, early 50s, like a rough late 40s, with close cropped gray hair. It looks like it probably was a crew cut that's been that's kind of grown out rather scruffily. They've got a small cigarillo, and they're like kind of clenched in their teeth to one side as they're tinkering with some of the one of these mechanical devices that's fused into the stump bomb of Slash. And this is Slate Redding, and they have a clear demeanor of somebody who was military at some point and kind of has that casual, don't give a fuck, but in an orderly manner, in a manner that probably clashes a little bit with the captain's personal style.
And tell me a little bit about your place in the ship. What do your quarters look like typically?
I think actually I'm gonna go since the captain kind of insists that Slash gets locked up in the cargo bay. Slate's quarters are just off the cargo bay, probably in does the Cerberus class ship have pods?
Oh, actually this is a question for Captain Aurora. Would you have kept the pods?
Yes, for sure, because the captain, even though she doesn't pilot, knows how to, and as someone who likes to plan, pods are very helpful for contingencies.
Excellent.
So Slate's got a pretty austere bunk set up in there. There's kind of a wall of a small locker of firearms, several what appears to be several different kind of bad, just really, really rough looking coats, and like 12 pairs of boots, and that's pretty much the extent. It smells vaguely of kind of a sweet, stale smoke, and spilled old whiskey in there.
And let me ask you, what is one of the worst days that the med bay of the Helena has seen in your recollection?
That would definitely be that was definitely actually the day where our ship went to salvage something, and we found that all the salvage wasn't quite dead yet, and we found our current companion Slash, and there was several more people on this ship before that, so it was watching Slate try to triage 4 different people all bleeding out.
Bad days. Better days ahead, though, hopefully.
That sounds like a damn lie.
As you hear the call for the crew meeting in 10 minutes. And do you guys just go ahead and make your way, or are you guys kind of last minute people, or are you gonna getting together and waiting for the captain? What do you do?
I think so Slate looks up at kind of glances up at Slash and just says, "Hold on one second, almost done." and then we'll get going, yeah?
Slate.
We ain't gonna be late. Keep your arms still. And Slate is kind of like picking at some necrotized flesh at the edge to clean it off, and spraying some antibiotic little on the edges of this machinery.
Excellent. So as you are, as all of you kind of finish up and you kind of make your way, this medical procedure / engineering endeavor undertaken and completed, you guys meet in the galley of the Cerberus. And Captain Aurora, if you'd like to describe that, or if you'd like to go ahead and launch into this meeting, go ahead.
The galley. So the Cerberus is a what's the word? Why is the word skipping my head? What is it? It's a
a freighter? What are you looking for?
It's not the what class ship it is.
Oh,
Cerberus class.
Cerberus class, right? So Helena, that's why I was confused, because it's the C word, not the one I just said. Helena is a Cerberus class ship. She's very good at salvage operations. She's kind of like, I would like to describe her as like the hybrid bike of space. You know, she's kind of road, kind of commuter, got kind of a little mountain in her. So the galley itself is pretty. I would say it's not as like, of course, our biggest point of reference is going to be Firefly. And so it's not as big as a Firefly class ship in terms of like the loading bay, because it's not just for cargo, but it has a good amount of space. And I think over time, Aurora, it looks smaller than it should be. And I think over time, Aurora and she's probably talked Aya into helping her with this, and maybe some of the former crewmates. There's tricky spots for things to be shoveled away, kind of everywhere over the ship. And I think if you spent a lot of time, like, I'm not saying it's like the Winchester Mystery House in terms of like you can get lost in there, but it makes Captain Aurora has kind of created a little bit of this space so that it's difficult for anyone who hasn't spent a lot of time there to navigate, and that's a deliberate thing. Like, you know, you've kind of seen that in like some of some of the Star Wars or like ships where you're like, people are just running down hallways forever. Like, where does this end? How big is this thing? It is a little bit of labyrinthine stuff going on in the galley and the cargo area specifically, not the crew's quarters. That's much more straightforward, but I think that's also on another level. So I think once everybody comes down, she turns to Slate and says, it's gonna be a big meeting with Badger. You good to keep her in check?
Slate looks up over their shoulder at Slash and kind of gives him an eyeball, or gives her an eyeball.
Oh, it's okay. I think Slash lost gender out in addition to sanity. It's fine. What is it anymore? She can barely speak words.
Fair. What is introspection?
Just kind of looks up. Fuck. I hate that. So yeah. Slate just kind of looks up over and just kind of gives a scant look at Slash, trying to figure out what today's general vibes are. Whether it's extra murder with a side of chill, extra murder, possibly interested in food,
blood.
Today's vibes are blood. I think we should be fine.
Blood.
Mm-hmm. Thank you,
Ryka,
Slash. I'm just gonna.
Ryka looks at Slash and waits for eye contact. It says, "No murder today."
Except maybe as a treat.
Murder.
There you go. All right, I think that's about the most acknowledgement we can get. And you, turning to Aya, don't run off.
I will be in eyesight? Is that good?
Well, how about you save the running off until after we've picked up whatever it is.
Got it.
Yeah. Salvage. You can run off when we're a little more flush with cash. How about that?
Cash.
See? Slash cash.
Yes. Cash, good, murder, bad. Repeat after me. Cash, good, murder, bad.
Is it bad?
Slate holds out a little bit of beef jerky.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Good.
Well, Slash takes the jerky and like pops it in her mouth, and then you see that her teeth, all of them have been like filed to an incredibly sharp point as she gnaws at it, and is now like thoughtfully staring a little bit past the captain, but towards the wall. You just never know what's going on in that one eye of hers.
God, I love that.
Yeah, Ryka tells Aya, you see, we don't want to start splitting hairs about self-defense to Slash, or else we're never going to get anywhere. So let's just go with murder bad.
Fine. I'm just saying, sometimes you just have to. It's a form of empowerment. It's okay. It happens. And some people.
Nuance has no place when you can't speak.
Some people need to get murdered. Just saying.
I start walking
as Slash is eating the jerky, she starts nodding at that last comment. Like maybe she actually understood what you just said. You're never sure how much is really fully registering and how much she's just sort of parroting the language back at you.
I think Aya kind of notices it and immediately was just like, yeah, high five, and then just kind of waits there while you're eating the jerky. It's like, all right, we'll work on this. Another time.
She raises the stump. But then you see her reach down next to the door frame, and instead of like getting a high five, she thunks on her electric blade saw and then offers it.
And
we're getting somewhere, Cap. We're getting somewhere.
I don't trust it. I don't trust it at all. And then as they are walking off, I think they pass like their for show gun locker, at least like the one that's probably right inside the entranceway where everyone needs to drop off their flashy guns. And that was a locker that was acquired post Slash, because we're locking up our cannons full show. And I think Ryka arms herself and like tosses weapons of their choosing to Aya and Slate, because this crew has been doing this for long enough to not walk into anything unarmed.
Oh, you're not. Slash is with you. That's automatically not being unarmed.
Well, technically you're unarmed and then rearmed.
Damn it. Making the same joke at the same time. Fuck.
Listen.
I'm here for it.
We're bringing a Slash to a knife fight. We're fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fight.
Well, I like to think of Slash as like our break in case of emergency button, like last resort, y'all.
Excellent. So it is this very motley crew that is overlooking kind of the sites of Persephone. Persephone being kind of one of the worlds on the outer rings of the core system of the White Sun system of Firefly, of the Firefly universe, or the verse rather. You guys, and it being a world that is outside of the kind of like the normal kind of interior planets, outside of the range of the interior planets of the Alliance. There is a lot more intermingling between those who are more accustomed to outside of the frontier, where kind of the rebellion against the Central Core Alliance or the Core World started. And so it's a very interesting kind of tableau that you see as you are kind of cruising over into the interstellar traffic of this planet. It is a very kind of almost painfully deliberate mix of very, very stark slums to one side, close to where you are making your docking point or your kind of rendezvous point with Badger's people. And on the other side of the planet, you very clearly see some of the luxury that is inherent to the core worlds, central to the alliance, the Sino-American alliance of this verse. So as you kind of touch down, what are the things that you guys, that really draws your eye as you're kind of cruising into the planet side? If you guys want to go ahead.
Ooh.
Wait.
We're just making shit up.
Well,
Yeah.
that's part of the reclaim process. Tell me what you see.
A massive dome that is clearly in one of these really luxurious, one of the more luxurious areas that very obviously contains a shitload of water. And even from this distance, you can see that there are some massive animals moving around in it. And this is a whale habitat.
Dope.
Excellent. What does Slash see?
It's impossible to know if Slash registers anything that she particularly sees. I think there is one instance, though, of passing through. As they're flying over, there's the distinct, brutal architecture of Alliance buildings. And I think for the briefest of moments, there is some lucidity in the single eye, as if something is trying to worm into her brain some form of a memory, and she just sort of like gives her head a shake and just sort of like makes it just an unintelligible grunting noise, which I don't think anyone really registers as any problem, because she makes those a lot because she can barely talk, and goes back to adjusting her blade saw on her hand, but she seems a little disturbed.
Excellent. Okay. Aya, what do you see? Or should I should...
Muted.
Oh no.
Every single time.
I'm trying to do a drinking game.
Hold on, everybody, drink.
Yeah, there we
I
go.
just did, but I'll do it
That
again.
includes you, chat.
If it's muted and then you see Des cursing before she comes on stream,
Oh,
I think
boy.
that's 2 drinks.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's my favorite, guessing the curse.
Mhm.
Because it's usually loud.
It's real loud. I'm envisioning just like rows of like street vendors, street food, that kind of thing. You've got like, it is a nice planet. There's got a lot of like rich people, but also, this is the place where like the intersection of all the population meets. Everything smells good. People are just hawking whoever on the street. And it, I think only Ryka really knows, but like here, like this is what Aya kind of like grew up in. So she feels very at home, very comfortable, kind of being like pointing out things, honestly, like to Slash and be like, have you tried this? We're going to try this after this whole thing with Badger. I'll pick you that. Don't do that. That's pretty fucking disgusting. But the rest of this is great.
Oh yeah, this is a place where doxies mingle with companions, where the street vendors are mingling with the kind of like the established aides to the governor of the planet, and so you see all of the kind of like the intermingling, sometimes very trepidatiously so, and some like more kind of like prevalent. You see a shepherd very clearly trying to preach doomsday prophecies of the earth, the end of the frontier worlds, following in like dominoes, following the destruction of the earth that was. And on top of that, you just see a bunch of really kind of tough types looking to conduct business. And I believe Captain Aurora, what do you see when you look at the city?
So because Des and I had similar ideas, I'm gonna build on where she left off. So I'm imagining something that feels a lot like the small streets in Rome. Like the structures have kind of piled up willy-nilly, and there is absolutely a very like thriving street market, but then there's the part of it that like the Alliance folks go to, and they that's like, you know, I think you have like wider streets, more established vendors, but then like off one of the side streets, things get very narrow. Things have a very distinct cyberpunk vibe. That's where you got your electronics, your body mods, you've got things that are probably not so, if you ask the right person, you're going to be able to get stuff that's not strictly Alliance approved. Things, you know, that's where it's where like the functional black and brown market trade goes on in this place. Aya, of course, would know her way around there, and probably a place where Slash might be more interested in the food offerings, I would say. But also, I think a place that the captain knows as well, because it's where information is traded. It's where people like them come and hang out, because people who don't quite fit in with the parts of society that rubs elbows with companions and the like it's not their people.
I have to make a roll real quick.
Ooh. First roll.
So as you are kind of walking past some of these vendors, you're making your way kind of to your rendezvous point, there is this bright blue flash in front of you of a hologram that pops up that begins singing a jingle that you can't help but remember all of the words to about the delicious Odie bars that are being kind of sung in Mandarin at you. And there's just something about the color of blue that kind of captures your eye real quick before you hear, oi. And you see a gang of street toughs, the leader of whom seems to be this tall man with very neatly kept dreadlocks and a neckerchief kind of around his neck. He is carrying a very large weapon, and he looks and kind of brandishing it and looks at you and says, badge is waiting.
Kill.
Either way. No.
And
Not yet.
Ignore her.
I'm
Lead the
assuming
way.
Slash is wearing like a massive cloak and hood to get like. There's just no way a person who looks this much like a Reaver is allowed to step off of the ship without immediately being attacked.
Oh, there was definitely a montage of Slate like getting up on a footstool and like putting like a big puffy vest.
Did Aya try to like put accessories on it?
Oh my god.
Yes, absolutely. I didn't mention this like in my. Hey, I didn't cast this time.
That's why it's not 2 drinks.
All right.
You are gonna mess up your GM at this rate, Des.
I'm gonna fuck him. I didn't mention, but like Slash is so tall and Aya's really fucking short.
Oh, amazing! I love this.
So like this huge like shadowy like cloaked figure, and then there's Aya. Like at some point she probably just picked up some boba and is just like walking down the street with you guys, just like this is great. We're gonna be having a good time.
Slash will eat the cup when you're done.
Ooh, recycling.
Oh my god. God, I love that.
I think God, what type
Reuse,
of cup
recycle.
is it? What type of cup is it? Don't make me. Am I about to have a "What's in your mouth" scene with
Yes.
Slash?
I mean, it's certainly plastic, and she's just gnawing on the lid now at this point.
I think like Slate kind of turns around with Slash senses and just goes, "What? Did you gave her a fuck?"
Trying to give her the little tapioca balls at the bottom. I was trying, and then they ate the whole thing.
Slash, no. Slash, spit it out.
No,
Spit it
snap.
out.
Open.
Spit.
Open.
And Slate reaches into their pocket, pulls out a piece of beef jerky.
The cup lid just falls out of her mouth, and she just grabs it and puts that back in.
Do all of you do this while you are walking, or are
Yes, absolutely.
100%.
Captain's walking.
And
Just helpfully say, spit it out! As she walks.
You guys, you make it
God.
easily enough into the den of Badger, flanked by these enforcers. And of course, you see the small, reedy man with the shark-toothed smile, with the tired but hungry eyes looking at you. You know, of course, that this is Badger. He is clad, as usual, in his top coat and very poorly done undershirt, wearing a bowler hat that sits on the back of his head. His eyes very animated and wild looking, and all of this kind of culminating in his best attempt at a kind of a decorative, almost bolo-like tie, trying to imply the formality of his enterprise, as it were. Oh, it's about time. Captain Aurora, lovely to see you as always.
Pleasure's ours, Badger.
So, enough of all the Goram chatting then.
Hey, we're here to do business. Let's do it.
All right. Well, let me just tell you right now, it's an easy cakewalk of a job. I think you and your crew, your large friend, could make easy work of, especially with that Cerberus class, the Helena you got. Shiny?
All right. Yeah.
All right.
Also, don't make eye contact.
Yeah.
Doesn't end well.
Oh, no. I heard a few people learn that lesson the hard way. Had to get a couple of extra friends, but our business, it's worth it. Anyhow. So, listen to me, Corbin. Anyhow. I may be aware of some salvage. An opportunity, as it were, in, just outside the edge of the White Sun system. Trade route. Apparently, the Charybdis ran into a bit of spother on its way back to the core worlds. It'd be a fantastic favor if you could pick it up. I'll take about 60%. Maybe you take 40. Everybody goes home happy. You just find whatever's hot in the middle of that salvage. You savvy?
What kind of trouble?
Combs didn't say, but it was over in quite a hurry. I don't know, maybe you poke your head around, whatever you find. Take your finder's fee.
Badger, dear, I think you're confusing how finder's fees work.
Anybody who would like to make me a fortune roll?
I don't know. I think Des should do it.
Drink.
Shit, drink! God damn it!
Drinking twice?
I hate this so much.
Hey,
Welcome to the game.
Tuesday night.
you hate this. My liver hates this.
These are just I'm being persecuted now. It's terrible. Okay, so you want me to roll a fortune roll?
Yeah.
Because you think the person who's constantly muted feels lucky. Got it.
Oh, hey, it's karma. It all comes out in the wash.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
That luck's got to trickle down somewhere.
Yep. Wash, rip. Anyway.
Okay.
Did I?
Never forget.
Did I say that?
Soon.
Did I say that?
We don't.
Wait, wrong fandom. But also, fuck you, Joss Whedon.
Fuck you, Joss Whedon. So what I would like you to do is, do you have anything? I'm taking a look at character sheets. If you have, I'm going to give you one die.
Okay.
But if you have also any thing with regard to like study or perhaps maybe consort or sway, you might.
I have one brain cell and it is not working. So Are you sure, Cap, that you want me to do this?
I mean, I can, but I just feel it's right that you roll in my soul.
Please roll.
All right, so just the one die because I have nothing else to add to it.
Might get lucky.
All right. No, I got so unlucky. It's baffling because I got a Uno.
Yeah, you got an Uno? Oh, wow, you got an Uno. Okay.
I got an Uno.
Uh-oh.
All right. Charybdis.
And this is not a game for Unos.
Charybdis. That's a weird name.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you get.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I just you pan and suddenly, even though Slash has spit out the boba bottle, I found another one, and I'm just like, very strange.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're also just picking up random bottles and putting them in your mouth too?
You don't know where I picked it up.
We can bond over this.
Yeah. When you want to get at the charge, break them over the head. No harm, no foul. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's just something that kind of like I think there's just something about the name that tickles your ear. You're just like, that's a really cool name. But yeah, I think Badger's kind of looking expectantly at you, Captain Aurora.
Well, she did say that you're forgetting how finder's fees work.
That's part of the compensation. I think 40 is pretty fair given the circumstances.
Badger, all you're giving us is an incentive to lie. I think a more fair split would be 60-40 our way.
And he looks at you and says, 50-50, you get the coordinates.
All right. I think we can deal.
Can
But Slate can kind of spit out. I mean, you've been on our crew for a long time.
Well, yeah, Slate,
so
what do you
let me
do?
get this straight, Weasel. You want us to take...
Badger.
Oh, sorry, I must have... Getting old. Hearing's not all there. So you want us to do all the work, go out to the system, take all the risk, and come back, and you get halvesies?
Well, it is my information what gets you out to salvage in the first place. In it.
So what's I think Slate looks over at the captain, trying to figure out exactly what angle Ryka's going for.
The angle Ryka's going for is if I make an attempt at negotiation, Badger has a reason to think I'd be caught.
To what?
If you don't negotiate, why would you trust?
Well,
everybody out here is shifty as fuck, man.
Yeah, so I think Slate picks up what Ryka's putting down. They've worked together for a hot minute, and there's kind of like there's just a quick visual back and forth. It's the what is it, a visual pat down equivalent of a conversation.
An ocular pat down. Yeah,
ocular pat down. There we go.
I see. So we make eye contact and have a quick conversation. Ryka's eyes fly over to Aya, who's presumably just immersed in boba, and looks back to Slate, being like,
And Slate's just does a quick look over to make sure Slash isn't eating anybody or anything.
I feel
just generally.
Slash is definitely staring at Badger and is more just like, if you were to say the word, these people would be dead.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the beautiful thing is I'm just picturing that gif of the good, the bad, and the ugly, where everybody's like looking, and then suddenly it just cuts to a completely different character, like a mascot, like Gritty or something.
Yep, that's it. That's the mood. Flash is space Gritty.
Space Gritty.
Gosh, it's space Gritty.
Got it in one.
amazing.
I'm in love. So yeah, Slate doesn't add anything else. I think they just are other people smoking in this establishment?
Do you care?
Oh yeah. What was it? I mean, this place is partially open to the sky. You are more than welcome to smoke.
Say, if Badger's in the same place he used to be, then it's kind of like daylight.
Yeah. So Slate takes a long drag and just blows a puff of smoke at Badger and just kind of tosses their shoulder and just kind of, all right.
And a little bit of text appears over the front of that. Badger will remember this.
Anything else we need to know?
Well, there's the coordinates. And honestly, just don't try to lie to me about what you find. It won't go well. I'm an easy man to deal with if you deal with me honestly.
It's not our first rodeo, Badger.
Rodeos. Wouldn't know what those are like. And he just has this kind of smug, kind of snarky look on his face. And
Really gotta get yourself to the outer planet sometime, buddy.
I hear it's just lovely round there. Anyhow, if you would please take the coordinates from Horatio here. Very large enforcer gives you a data pad that contains the coordinates in a little chit. Kind of pulls the chit out and hands it to you and says,
I think that they're trying to hand it to Ryka, and immediately I was just like, yoink.
Well, yeah, Ryka was gonna hand it right over to Aya.
At which point he says, easy now, easy. Those little chits cost 20 creds a piece.
You got her excited.
All right. You got what you came for? Now go around, kid. We shiny?
Yeah, we good. All right.
All
Shiny.
right. And he looks
Walk
kind
out.
of expectantly. Yeah. The enforcers begin escorting you out of Badger's den.
I think as once they get far enough to where the enforcers leave off, Ryka is going to turn to Aya and Slate and say, "We need to ask around about what's out there. Aya, can you tell us what system about where we're going so we can ask to see if people have heard things from out there? I mean,
Yeah.
ships
yeah.
don't go dead on their own. Like, what are we looking at? Reavers? Something else?
Well, when I check the chit, do I get anything?
Why don't you go ahead and what skills would you use for this? What do you think kind of like, what is your best skill that you could use on this?
I don't know. I made a dummy, like a dummy.
Well, do you have like any kind of like tinker or anything like that?
I have an operate.
Perfect.
Don't come. Okay, we'll do that. All right. So.
I will.
Okay, go ahead.
I will say you can take one additional die because Captain Aurora is assisting you.
I was gonna say, it's like, yeah, because I got 2 in study too, so I'm like over her shoulder. I don't know how to work the little doodads, but I can study it once it's up.
So
I'm
I
gonna
will.
helpfully stand here.
I was actually okay. So 2 things I need to do. I would like you to go ahead and give. You can either have Captain Aurora use her study, or you can do your operate, and Captain Aurora can assist you. Either way, I think you're netting out 2 or 3 dice.
Okay.
Based on how many successes you get, or like kind of middling, I will give you information as to what you find out. For your slash, as you are kind of like, lagging behind, kind of lost in your own thoughts, but also kind of following behind typically the rest of the crew, could you make me a luck roll?
I was joking when I said that line, but okay, sure, yeah, absolutely. It's not to any stat, just a dice.
I will tell you this. Go ahead and give me your skirmish
Oh shit!
roll.
All right, that's 3.
Okay, cool. What'd you get?
Okay, we got a 5, a 1, and a 2.
Okay. You just narrowly miss bumping shoulders with a statuesque woman. She has very dark, curled brown hair. She's wearing what appear to be these kind of knee-high boots along with some khaki pants and the kind of leather equivalent of a breastplate as she's walking past you. She's easily 6 feet. You are probably still a little bit taller than her. And as you kind of nearly miss her, you cannot help but notice that she is looking at you with some sort of kind of trepidation. Not trepidation. You get the feeling that you are being studied and kind of sized up. What do you do?
Restrain the urge to kill this woman.
And this woman's like looking at you. You lock eyes, and she's got this unwavering stare looking at you. Strapped to one leg is a pistol that seems to be very well oiled and very well taken care of. And behind her, you hear a tall gentleman wearing a brown coat look back to her and say, "Zoe, got business. Come on." And
shut up!
She turns and keeps walking back to the direction of Badger's Den.
I feel so blessed right now.
Excellent. So Captain Aurora and Aya, go ahead and make my that luck roll for me.
Okay. Do you want to help me?
Yeah, sure. So I'll give you one.
Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. All right. We've got a 5 as my highest. I rolled a 5, 3, and a 1.
Okay. So I will say with a mixed success, which a 5 is, you can tell. What are you trying to learn about this? These coordinates first and foremost.
Just where in the verse they are. I know we have basic system, but like, are we looking at heavily frequented smuggling routes versus alliance patrol routes, things like that? Kind of what you might just be able to find with coordinates, and then I don't know if this would be now or finding out more information later about what's been going on there, or what people have seen and heard, etc., things like that.
Okay. So as you are kind of like, I think, mapping everything, you are taking a look, and you are mapping from Lux, the sun around which Persephone orbits. You are looking straight past the halo around the White Sun system. There is a fairly straightforward route that is usually very heavily Alliance patrolled. It runs past a space station situated between the rim and the middle of the kind of like the midpoint of the halo. And on top of that, you can tell where the coordinates are is further past the rim, about halfway to Deadwood, which is one of the outer worlds of the Blue Sun system.
Okay.
I will say with a mixed success, you have a couple of different routes that you could take, either smuggling routes or trade routes that are not as Alliance heavy.
Okay.
But you don't get anything more than that.
That's fair. Okay, so at least we know where. Now we have ways to describe it to people when we go talk to them about it and try to get more information. So that's good.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you guys do next?
Well, I think now, like Ryka said, it's time to get information and supplies. Who's good at getting information out of people?
Definitely me.
Do we want to? I think Ryka might send Aya shopping.
Okay.
You're gonna let Aya have funds to go shopping?
Food. This is not the first time you've had to like go get us. We're gonna need supplies. We need to stock up the kitchen.
I know, it's not the first time, and the last time you got very mad at me when I did this.
God damn it. It's late.
Keep her safe while I'm gone. What do we need again?
Supplies. Aya, how we doing on fuel?
Could use some fuel, but I can take care of the fuel. Don't worry about that. Get lots of snacks. Snacks.
Jerky for the big one.
I guess some vegetables if we can.
Yeah, I like some fucking vegetables. We're on a planet. I'd like non-dehydrated food if we can afford it.
So yeah, Slate takes like a what are we looking at? Are we looking at hard cash or like a credit chit type deal?
I don't know. I think it's credits, right?
Yeah, I think it's just chits, right?
Yeah, it's just chits.
It's been a while.
There is hard cash. There's 100% for sure hard cash. I know because I have some replica shit sitting around.
I know what's her face and the planet where they had the shootout, like Western style. It was actual bags of money.
Yeah.
But I think in a place
It depends
like
on
this,
where you are.
Yeah, it really depends. We're in the core worlds. It's probably credit shits. So yeah, Slate just kind of gets up, stands up, and just cracks all of their bones. It's just like, this is clearly somebody who has been through the ringer a number of times, and just kind of throws on a pair of sunglasses and heads down the loading bay.
Excellent. So
Amazing.
I will
Slash, be good.
No.
All right, Slash,
I'll take
you're
care of
with me.
Slash. Don't worry.
No,
No.
you won't. Slash is
Yeah,
with me.
What?
So for everybody who is undertaking the finding more information and trying to kind of like hit the streets, as it were, you may roll what you would like to roll for your relevant skill in this case. For everybody who's kind of shopping, you may roll for kind of consort or sway or kind of, I'm going to say, whatever skill makes the most sense for kind of like trading and bartering. And just tell me what you guys get.
So I've got 1 point in sway, so I'm gonna be rolling for that. I believe. Am I just shopping or am I also getting info?
Whatever you guys want to do. I will also say, if one of you would like, I can offer you a devil's bargain.
I think Slash and I are gonna probably want to maybe do that.
You know, Aya loves a good devil's bargain.
Excellent.
What?
Good job, team.
I'm just in charge of shopping, so
Yeah, you're gonna
y'all-
come back with legitimate groceries, and then we're gonna, do terrible things.
Yes.
chaos.
Excellent. Okay, so let's resolve that then. Aya, this is what I will say. Because we're not on the heist proper, I don't think you're gonna push yourself. But if you would like, you may roll an additional die, but in exchange, somebody is going to take notice of you in specific. And then you're going to tell me who it is. And anybody can kind of contribute to this.
Okay. Okay, so sorry. Say that again, because I got very distracted by my sheet again.
Okay, cool. So, and anybody can contribute to this devil's bargain and kind of propose it. You can take an extra die on your roll to better your chances, but in exchange, somebody is going to notice you in specific.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. I'm thinking, do I tell you now, after, or before, or after I roll?
We're gonna find this out before, just because this is typically how the system works. And anybody can answer. Who notices Aya?
Ooh, is it a creditor?
Yeah.
Is it someone that you
I got a
owe
lot
money
of them.
to?
I like that.
How about? Ooh, can I make this? Okay, I'm doing it.
Well, let's hear it. Yeah.
I think it's a creditor who is a creditor / romantic interest who you stiffed in the not fun way.
Ooh, you screwed him multiple ways.
Look, we did the fun way before, and then I just, did the unfun way later.
The worst ghosting where you also take their money.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. Okay.
Did you owe them money to start with, or did you just steal?
I think it was more of a situation where it was probably like a gambling thing where we were gambling together, and then I just took whatever pittance that we had and just like swiped it, got on the Helena, and then took off.
What was the name? What was this chap's name? And do you think he was like Alliance? Was he kind of like, or
Is
was
it a
he like?
Is it a she? Is it?
Or yeah,
something in the middle?
exactly. Yeah.
Let me get now you're on the spot. Let me get a name generator real quick.
Yeah.
Fantasy name generator.
Yeah. Who were they? Tell us all about them.
I think it was honestly. I think it was a woman named Jin,
Excellent.
Jin, and we had a good time. It was a good night. We were on a winning streak. Went up to her hotel room, had a good time, and then Ryka was just like, "Hey, we're leaving right now." And I was like, yoink, gotta go.
Amazing.
Manic Pixie Dream Thief, the best band, honestly.
Exactly.
Amazing.
So Jin, do you think that she was Alliance? What do you think?
Maybe like alliance oriented, like these kinds of folks that I hang out with, they're not necessarily like one way or the other. They exist in the gray zone, but
Cool.
they know which side their bread is buttered.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, Jin notices you.
So I'm like, we're talking about chits, and I'm just like, I feel like the burn of someone staring daggers at me, and I'm like,
And go ahead and roll me your dice. If you succeed, you'll have resources coming up into your heist or your mission. If you fail, things might go awry.
I am so bad at this. I got a 3 and a 1.
Oh no!
Just as you are about to procure supplies, you hear, guardsman, thief, right there.
Oh shit! I immediately hide behind Slash.
And
We're not there with you.
Hey, that's not. I immediately look for Slash and like fuck. And I run.
yeah, you just book it out of the marketplace, and unfortunately, I don't think you're able to procure any supplies.
Nope.
Okay.
Alas.
How are our other compatriots doing here?
We'll let Slate go next, I think.
Okay, Slate, what do you do?
I get 1 dice. I rolled a 4.
Okay, mixed success. What are you trying to do?
Get supplies.
Okay.
I think Slate's idea of supplies is probably a little bit more austere than everybody else's supplies. You can't live on beef jerky and whiskey. Are you really a spacer?
I think you pick up a nice
Or questionably sourced jerky, more likely.
I think yeah, exactly. I think you do that. Just that you have a kind of like a token unit of water, or kind of like a evaporator for the dispenser on the ship. So basically a Brita filter. You have, in addition to that, some dehydrated food cubes shipments, i.e. crackers. And then you have some beef jerky and some whiskey. You know, the real prize of the trip there. Cool.
I think there's probably also like some dehydrated ramen in there too, but there's vegetables in that, right? That's how that works.
I'm going to kind of rule this as you're getting resources, but typically because we don't have like a lot of resource management in this game, I'm going to say take an extra die for a kind of roll that I will give you in the future. Cool.
Okay.
So that leaves Captain Ryka Arora and Slash. What do you guys get up to?
I think they go directly into that the more black markety, closed street, narrower part of the market, and I think Ryka is going to go to one of her usual, I think it's like a cafe kind of bar, thinking a place where you can get all sorts of drinks, and there's small tables. It's low lit because everything around here is, and it's a place where people go to share information. And I think in the past, Ryka's picked up crew members for, temporary crew members here, has traded random goods they've salvaged here. Like, this is a place where you can kind of find a little bit of everything. You just need to ask around. And so she's gonna go up with Slash and I think she'll ask a couple of questions and just make it known that she is looking for information from anyone who's passed in this part of the blue or nearby the blue star system, or at least like hailing distance from there, like looking for information.
Cool. What skill would you like to use for that?
I think this is probably going to be a command. I want to say it's like a, we mean business. We're serious. You want to help us, like, you know, we're good connections to have, kind of a thing.
Or I'll kill you.
Yeah, that's what Slash is here for.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Okay, so go ahead. I'm gonna say roll me your command. Add 1 die for Slash's backup.
Slash is playing with the arm.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of like, you know, splitting hairs literally on it.
A 6, a 5, and a 3.
Awesome. Okay, on a success, I think you do find one spacer that has had a lot of experience, probably kind of like a merchant or a mercantile spacer who might know the route. What are you trying to find out specifically?
Just whether they've heard of reports, whether they had information. I don't remember, but the name of the ship, just see that ship sounds familiar. If just kind of like, without getting too specific about what's going on, like kind of reading the situation and just seeing like, hey, we're kind of headed this way. Have you seen any Alliance patrols? Is there anything you need to worry about?
At which
starting with feelers like that.
Yeah, at which point I think the spacer says, "Have I seen any Alliance patrols?" This guy's name is Ryder. He looks at you and says, "Have I seen any Alliance patrols? That, right adjacent to that trade route is a thoroughfare from the space station directly to Deadwood. And let me just tell you, a whole convoy goes trafficking backwards and forwards."
All right.
Why you ask? You got a death wish?
Well, someone asked me to drop him off out there, and I need to know if I'm getting into something sticky.
Well, as long as your coin is on the right side, I think you'll be fine. Honestly, they seem to have too much going on that route than to deal with anybody what doesn't. I think they're just honestly too big of fish. You give them a little bit of tribute, you'll be fine.
Good to know. Appreciate the knowledge. And I think kind of the captain will slide over whatever is customary for this kind of information sharing.
Yep. At which point, shiny, thanks so much. And he orders another round. I will say that there was a kind of a moment where he kind of stared up at Slash, but then kind of again decided to just focus on Captain Aurora, just be like, okay, I'll speak to you, and we're just gonna pretend this whole other situation isn't happening. Just
I feel like that's par for the course.
Yeah, spacers have seen some weird stuff, but tunnel vision.
Yeah, if you do stare too long directly with eye contact with Slash, it's like a gorilla. At that point, it becomes a sign of aggression. And she will pop your head off of your shoulders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like a champagne bottle.
You stare into the Slash, but know that the Slash also stares into you.
Yeah.
The Slash stares back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah. So you have this. You know that it is a big Alliance thoroughfare. So do you guys rendezvous back? What do you guys do?
I'm really confused, just out of character, just trying to put it together. So Badger said there's a ship. Was it a ship broken down?
Yeah, it seemed like a ship called the Charybdis.
So there's a ship called the Charybdis broken down on this route that's heavily patrolled by Alliance.
That adjacent to it.
Adjacent to this route.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that if they put up a flare, nobody from the Alliance came to it.
You may make me a fortune roll if you like.
All right, I would like to do that. What would this be? Study?
Yeah, this would be study.
Alrighty. Oh, well, that's a 2 and a 1.
Woof. They're so smart.
You have no idea. You know no idea why someone like Badger would get this, as opposed to, say, an Alliance kind of fleet.
I don't like it. I don't trust it. It smells fishy. I think Ryka's saying this to Slash as they're walking.
I don't know how much Slash picks up on it, but it's just
I was gonna
sort of...
say.
But Slash at this point has become more aware of when people are speaking words at her rather than just making sounds at her. So she's like nodding her head at you. It's like the coder's rubber duck, essentially. Like you could talk to Slash all day long about a problem you're having, and then eventually you'll come across a solution on your own just because you were using her to like speak stuff out loud, and she'll just sit there or stand there. As long as you don't look directly at her.
I think Ryka does, though. Ryka has always made eye contact with Slash. I think Ryka looks up to Slash.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. Like, right in the beginning when she was like, no murder, she made eye contact.
It's prolonged. Like, how long do you stare directly into her eyes?
When she came on board the first time?
Well, then she definitely attacked, but...
Well, I'm saying, like, when the decision was made to allow Slash to join the crew, there was a stare down, and Ryka was not the one who looked away.
I love this.
Okay.
Ryka is asserting her captaincy back then.
I love that. Okay. So.
But as of right now, she's looking up at Slash and be like, "It smells fishy to you too, doesn't it?"
Fish.
Yeah. You don't need to say it. I know what you think.
I was waiting for that, by the way. Fish. So
Slash agrees.
So I think all of you meet back up at the Helena, unless anybody has any additional business they want to conclude. Aya seems, if this is the case, Aya seems much worse for wear, kind of sweating. What does this look like for everybody?
Is Slate back on the ship? Okay,
And
so I think that
Slate got back first and it's just chilling in the cargo bay, feet kicked up, smoking a cigar and just kind of.
Oh, so by the time that Ryka and Slash walk in, Aya's just regaling Slate. They're like, I didn't mean to run out on her, and she's just mad now. Like, what's a couple of credits between lovers, right? It's not that big of a deal. Like, you've ghosted people, right?
Nope.
Ryka, you've ghosted people, right?
I mean, are we talking with money or without money? Because, I mean, if they're gracious enough to gift me with their body, I ain't stealing their money after that.
I'm gonna unload all of this, put it away. We're not gonna talk about this anymore.
All of what?
No, it's okay. What did you guys get?
Oh, right. Let's talk about that. So this broken down ship is adjacent to a heavily patrolled Alliance route, and a Badger yet somehow insists that it's just out there waiting for us. And I think it smells fishy, and Slash agrees with me.
Fish?
So we didn't get real fish, Slash?
Fish.
Okay.
No?
We went to get information, not food.
Got it.
Anyway, we may have to bribe our way through or fight. I don't know what's going to happen, but as with everything with Badger, it's not all on the up and up, but I guess we should have expected that.
Okay, so what we are going to do then before we kind of break for our 10-minute break, what I would like you guys to do is we are going to do an engagement roll. So you guys have the coordinates. You know exactly kind of where this salvage is purported to be. You also know your ship, you know your crew, you know kind of what you're good at. So there are 6 different ways to go about engaging in kind of this mission. There are assault, there are deception, there's stealth. In this case, I think social or transport. It sounds like I may be just using the Blades in the Dark version. There could be a version of this for Scum and Villainy, which I'm currently looking up. But in the meantime, is there any approach that you guys want to take as you're kind of like considering this? Like, is there anything that is your priority?
Sounds like we want to kind of do this quietly.
I would say stealth if I had any faith in this crew at being stealthy.
Excuse
We're,
you.
we're in the ship. I
Excuse
can't go
you.
stomping around in space.
Well, technically.
Well,
I've been trying to make the ship more stealthy, but you keep leaving things in weird places, and I don't like that. So,
Okay, so my first guess, yes, stealth would be nice, but if we can't do stealth, my backup is social.
Okay.
I can't wait to see how that unfolds.
Let's not talk to folks, yeah? That seems like a
Oh no, I want
But-
to talk. How else am I supposed to learn how to speak language?
But if they talk to us, we're gonna
Immersion
have to
is the
talk
thing.
back. We don't talk first. How about that?
Okay.
No problem there.
We
Fair
just talk
enough.
back.
So I will tell you this.
talking back, got it. I can do that.
no. Oh, God.
Hey, it's not Flights of Fandom if the party isn't filled with chuckle fucks.
Yeah.
Especially
I'm playing a
This
serious character for
This is the dumbest character I've ever played. What is happening?
and we all adore it. If we weren't sure she was gonna rip out our eyes for liking
We
it.
have-
I
didn't
still have to be a
realize
little
we
bit on
accidentally-
brand.
We
Do we need to
accidentally
roll?
created a family
Yeah.
unit,
You're-
by the way.
So
We've got parents and two dipshit kids.
can I
We're
just
good. We're
I'm
good.
baby.
can I just draw attention? First off, Warbler Wren, so great to see you, and also thank you for 500 bits. And for
Yeah, I
the
just saw that.
Hey!
Woohoo!
and for the love of God, yes, be dumb, do crimes.
No problem. Got it.
Okay, so this is how the planning and engagement is gonna roll. You are going to start with 1 die for sheer luck. You're gonna get 1 die for each major advantage and minus 1 die for each major disadvantage. So start with 1. I am going to say, okay, so this is the question. Is this operation particularly bold or daring? Take +1 die. I think it is. Is this operation overly complex or contingent on many factors? Take -1 die. I don't think that applies. So 2 dice. Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest? Take +1 die. Is the target strongest against this approach, or do they have particular defenses or special preparations? So in this case, I know. So the plan detail for stealth is basically your point of entry. So you have this kind of knowledge of. Actually, I realize I'm getting way ahead of myself here.
You don't have to explain. You can just say this is the dice that you need if you don't want to give it away.
But you.
Secret reasons.
Oh, secret reasons, but no. Well, yeah, sure. I think. Well, my question is, if you guys know that there's a kind of a wrecked ship, what would your point of entry be? That is basically your detail.
Well, we know it's a wrecked ship that's adjacent to a pretty popular Alliance caravan route.
But coming from the other side.
Yeah.
And probably, I don't know, just because if it's no actual difference, but I feel like this is a visual thing they did in the show. We come from beneath because above and beneath makes no fucking difference in space, but it does for
The gate is down.
Firefly logic.
Well, once you're approaching an object, then yeah, the directions do matter.
Well,
But you know what I mean? They're like, we're gonna be sneaky by being under it, but it's just like
Well,
from
right.
the vantage point.
We want to come in perpendicular to the Alliance route. We don't want to be coming
Yes,
in.
exactly.
cool. So in service of this, I will say that Cerberus class ships in Scum and Villainy actually have long range scanners and grappling hooks.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Could we grab the ship and drag it away from the Alliance route?
We should totally do that. It depends on how strong our grappling hooks are.
This still sounds like a stealth,
This is
It's
still 100% stuff.
which I think is
yeah.
the important part.
Alternate Firefly drama. We grapple and then go there in suits.
You can just shove me out of the airlock.
Spacewalk.
No,
Ooh.
I'll be good.
we're not shoving you out of the airlock.
I'm
without
fine.
protection.
Like,
Slate will not allow that to happen.
Okay, but like, what if, like, you know how when you have kids and you put them on those like monkey backpacks and just like a long like a long leash?
Everybody ride on Slash. Here we go.
All right.
I'm just gonna be like a jetpack on your back.
Sorry, Zach. We started off with practical, and then it went that way. I'm real sorry about that.
The best laid plans of mice and men.
Stealth. I think that's the important part for this role.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm hearing two options, which is one, you go perpendicular and you try to kind of like fly casual, and then the other side is grappling hook, rappel down, spacewalk down. To the salvage, or like grappling hook and drag. So those are the two options I'm hearing. Which do you want to take first?
Oh, so my picture is we grappling hook it and then drag it away from the route for a little.
That's what I understood too. Yeah.
I think that should be option 1, with spacewalk being the like, if right as we're doing this, there's Alliance like heavy patrol who might notice a ship being pulled away from them, then we go out.
Yeah, Slash will carry you in her space papoose.
But I think we grapple
Safely
either
to
way
the ship.
and either pull or climb over.
Okay. All right.
So
I want to
Slash
put Aya
isn't,
in one of those.
Slash isn't just baby. Slash is
Big
a
baby.
marsupial. So
A big
are
baby.
you Rue?
No, like an actual, like a functional.
No,
space
Slash is
papoose,
Kanga.
like a
Rue's
thing.
the baby.
Oh yeah.
What's a baby
Yeah,
Bjorn?
but
A
Slash
baby
is
Bjorn for
baby,
people that you can put
so-
on in space.
It's an Aya Bjorn. I get it. It's good.
An Aya Bjorn? Yeah. No, that tracks. I love this.
Amazing.
All
I
right.
love how
This is still descending into
What?
madness. We just need to make a roll.
Chucklefucks.
We
All
need
right.
to make a roll.
All right.
Dice.
Come on.
I got 2 dice. What else we got?
So you got 2 dice. Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest? Take +1 or -1 if they have particular defenses or special preparations. You are going to lose a die.
Yeah, I figured that was true.
Okay. So here's my question. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation? Take +1 die. Are any enemies or rivals interfering in the operation? So my question is, do any of you guys have friends or contacts that can assist you?
We are Slash's friends.
I
I
am.
don't think you want my old
Our own
contacts.
allies.
I feel like my old contacts would not be helpful and would in fact be worse.
Yeah, absolutely.
Although this is me metaing just a bit because Slash could never come up with this on her own, but if you wanted to do a really hard gamble and signal the Reavers to attack the Alliance ships if they came too close, that would provide a hella distraction for the rest of us, and Slash could convincingly maybe make us look like another Reaver ship.
Ooh.
And get them to leave us alone.
What, does the Alliance leave Reaver ships alone if they come into
No,
Alliance
if we were to
territory?
get the Reavers to come attack the Alliance ship and they ended up seeing us, then like Slash would be like, nothing but us Reavers here.
All right. Does that jive with everybody? Do you guys want to do that?
I think that should be a pocket plan.
That's a pocket
that's a
plan.
pocket
Yeah,
plan.
that's literally like the emergency line.
Yeah.
Zach,
but-
I assume you can't see Zoom chat?
I will see it now. Yeah, I noted.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's an option.
Yeah.
so technically,
Oh, secrets.
Secrets.
Secret Zoom
so
chat.
it's absolutely known. This isn't hidden from anybody in the crew. Slate is a former Marine, and in fact was relatively high ranking before incidents occurred, and lots of people died, and other
Marine
things.
in the Alliance?
I'm
or-
incidents.
Yes.
Oh.
Slash
I'm
is
incidents.
Slash is tied up in that as well, but
Before
Slate
Slate
definitely,
adopted a baby.
I love it.
it's so sad. Anyways, so Slate may know some people that they can call in through back channels and just be like, hey, what's up?
All right.
What's going on here?
Okay. All right. Okay.
That's cool.
All right. So I will tell you this, based on what you guys have told me, both secretly and not secretly, I will give you 2 more dice. You may roll 3.
Sweet.
My question is, who's rolling?
Captain?
Not it.
You're the captain.
Captain.
God damn it. Fine, I'll roll.
All right. See how you do.
All right. We've got a 5.
Okay.
And a 2.
All right. So that is a mixed result. You're in a risky.
Wait, what was the other one?
5-4-2.
5-4-2.
5-4-2.
Yeah.
So you're a mixed result. You're in a risky position when the action starts. So what I am going to do is I am going to stop the music.
Uh-oh.
Because
oh no,
you have traveled into space, and as you know in Firefly, when you travel into space, there is no sound because in space, no one can hear you guitar. Anyway.
God damn it.
Okay. So the Cerberus takes off for the route, and it is a fairly long one, but you guys are as well prepared with provisions of crackers and whiskey and beef jerky. And you have also, managed to, this is a route that is fairly standard. There are a lot of jump points, refueling points to make your way there before you begin kind of getting out of the way of the Alliance kind of patrol routes that make up this major kind of convoy area. And you begin kind of navigating around and through the trade route and move perpendicular to the spot, perpendicular to the Alliance's patrol route. And the sight that greets you is akin to that of a ship graveyard. And now I'm going to put on a little bit more music. Actually, yeah. Deep space, that's the one I want. So, you navigate into deep space. Moving perpendicular, you see a wreck of an Alliance fleet. And surrounding them, debris, carnage in the middle of the space. I think that part of this success, and I think that you have a sense about you, as you are making your way to the point of this route, you feel like you're getting closer and closer and closer to something bigger, darker, and emptier. A place that you used to call home. The second home that you found at the edge of the black. Flanking this massive Alliance flagship, floating dead and blacked out in space, are a number of equally dead and drifting. Ships is too generous a word for what the Reavers call their repurposed vessels. What does it look like, as you see the wreckage of all these retrofitted freighters and shipping vessels and pods and ships that have been retrofitted with horrifying weaponry, gored remains of victims tied to their masts? What does this look like in your mind's eye as you see at the center of them the Charybdis and the Guan Yu?
Oh, buddy. Okay. Yeah. I think if she's looking out of a port window, at first it's that this all-encompassing, before they really see the ship, there's this sense of madness that always encourages on Slash whenever she stares too long out when they're in the black. This maddening urge that something is wrong, that people are not supposed to be out here, before it all kind of melts away into just sheer noise chaos in her brain, just absolute nothing, flashing colors like a nebula exploding in there, and locks onto the ships, and at first there's this terrifying urge to like claw out one of the walls as if to like move through space itself to sort of get to the rest of the reavers that she knows are out there. And then she sees the ship. Maybe she sees like the blasted out name on the side. And I think for the first, like she totally freezes. I don't know if anyone is around. And there's a voice in her head that very, very occasionally breaks through the sheer chaos that's always going on in Slash's brain. That's just unlike the voice that she's capable of speaking through completely torn vocal cords now, and is just this repeated of, oh no, not again.
Slate, as you look at this wreck of the ship on which you used to serve, how has it irrevocably changed for the worse?
It's yeah, I'm just picturing just large kind of sections of hull that have been deliberately peeled off and turned into these large blades that you could literally rip into another ship with. I think there is Slate's just staring out this porthole. I think Slate's staring at like a porthole in the bulkhead. They're probably not too far from Slash, but for once they are so caught off guard, and very visibly, like there is like a twitch in the left eye, and they're like a very repetitive tick as they are looking into this and past this as well. Like this is whatever is going on, it is not good in their brain. The ship looks not way worse than what they remember, but also kind of what they would have expected. And it's when you're expecting the worst and your brain builds all of these kind of worst case opposite nightmares about it. It's like fantasies and nightmares, and then it's your brain's trying to juxtapose with the reality of the situation with all this fear and kind of anger that's been built up. And so there's just a lot of emotion. There's a big old face journey going on for somebody who is normally very very impassive and stony.
Excellent. Captain Aurora, completely unbidden to you, a voice you remember from a dream speaks to you in a sing-songy child's voice. A young girl you hear reverberating in your mind is, hands of two, blue hands of two, on repeat. Aya, this is not any place you want to be. And as you guys deploy the grappling hooks to pull the Charybdis or tow it out of this wreckage, a light flicks on aboard the bridge of the Guan Yu. And that is where we're going to take our 10-minute break. All right. So you have begun pulling in the Charybdis. And that, I believe, is when you all realize, kind of in this risky position, not only has this seemingly kind of flicked on the light of the Guan Yu, but that is when you realize that the Guan Yu and the Charybdis are tethered together by an umbilical that runs between the two ships. As the one ship begins to pull closer to you, there is the risk that the umbilical will sever. What do you do?
Slate?
Well,
Oh.
Slate and Slash are both like blue screening right now.
Mm-hmm. I think Ryka's going to turn to Slate and just say, Slate, you're the one who knows your way around him. Are we safer to pull and run? Or do we try to sneak out in suits?
Run. Like Slash is now just, she's not looking at anyone. She's like looking out the window and she's repeating the word. And the more she's repeating it, the more you get the feeling that she actually understands what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think y'all understand how bad this is right now. We gotta. We gotta. I think this might be the like. Ryka may have seen Slate fluster before, but it is highly likely that Aya has never seen Slate not at least have some semblance of chill. So that's probably a little bit jarring. So it's you're just watching. I guess you're basically watching slightly older Tig Notaro have a little bit of a breakdown.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of just like so jarring that even Aya is just like, Cap? What?
Based on Slate does have boarding experience. They were a Marine for a long time. Given the complex nature of the situation, what's their gut instinct, Zach?
So you may go ahead and make me a roll. The time slows down as the umbilical is pulling inexorably. Pulling, obviously space doesn't make a noise, but it's kind of the gears grinding in your head as you're looking at this. What would you like to roll?
I feel like this is probably, I guess this, I mean, the only thing I have 2 points in is operate. So, I don't know if
that's perfect. Go ahead and roll that for me.
I do like, I will put out there that my argument for this, even though you've already okayed it, is that Slate was a combat medic for a long time and then became a commander, but they still think in a very surgical way. Mm-hmm. They think about like and their strategy is very similar to that. Like they're that's a 5 and a 1.
Okay. On a mixed success, what do you want to assess here? What are you trying to derive?
If we're not just getting the fuck out of Dodge, then somebody just turned on the lights in the Guan Yu, yeah?
Yeah. So on a mixed success, I will tell you this. There is one thing that occurs to you, which is that you know that from ships that travel in the dark of space, that deal with routine maintenance and spacewalks, that some of them are equipped with motion detectors that flick on auxiliary lights. The other thing you notice is, I think just all of you notice, is that all of the ships appear to be completely blacked out, as it were.
So something's in the Guan Yu. That doesn't necessarily mean it's old crew.
Perhaps. That is what I will tell you that you gather from a mixed success.
Or it detected our motion. Huh?
And what is I guess this becomes a history writing thing. How did when Slate recovered Slash as part of the crew, was that the Guan Yu or was that something else?
I will tell you this. I think that there is no mistaking that it is the Guan Yu. I think that this ship has haunted your dreams for too long for it to be anything else. Misshapen, completely repurposed and retrofitted in horrifying ways, it is still completely recognizable to you. What I will say, however, is just speaking out of character, out of GM mode, meta speaking, is there is a wealth of opportunities for you to recall information about the Guan Yu as, for the sake of flashbacks.
Yeah, I mean, it was the ship that Slate was in charge of securing. So yeah, they know that ship in and out prior to any modifications done by our fine current occupants. So yeah, I guess, does it make more sense to grapple them in or to try to get over there?
It's completely your call.
I have a question for Slate. What, based on your knowledge of the Reavers, what are the chances that this is actually a dump yard for them and that there's nobody here? Why are they known to just hang around and snipe? They seem more of like a go hunt type, They can set traps. Trust me on that. And Slate is kind of like still shaking off this, like just all of this, all the trauma. And it just kind of walks over and just kind of lifts a hand up very obviously and then sets it on Slash's elbow in a comforting manner. It's very much like showing the horse what your where your hand is so you don't surprise them. If Slash is still saying run, Slate's gonna try to.
She hasn't stopped.
Yeah, Slate's gonna try to distract her and get her attention, just looking up and just being like, hey. You think they dumped all these ships here? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't know if she's capable of fully understanding. I think there's just like a wide look in her one eye. That she's clearly focusing more on the fact that there are Reavers out there, and it almost looks like it's hard to tell, but the proximity might be affecting her stability.
I will say this: if you want to call a flashback, we can do that mechanically.
All right, yeah, I'll call flashback. Now I'm calling flashback, but I don't know what you have planned on your end, Zach. But I think I could say pretty definitive. Okay, then I can say
we're playing to find out. What you say goes.
There's no real refuse to leave behind when it comes to Reaver ships. There are either places where they go dark for a while because they have run out of fuel but do not have the capacity to understand how to get more of it until a ship connects with theirs, hence why you're seeing two ships being umbilical corded together. They might lie in wait for other ships, steal their fuel, and then go off again. Anything that sort of falls off of the ship or the caravans from there, that could be considered being like sort of a Reaver graveyard. But other than that, I don't think they have the capacity to leave anything behind.
What? Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. I'll let go ahead and finish your thought, Slate.
So yeah, I think Slate's just kind of this is very much this is kind of like a weird interpreting body language, and I think there's they've spent a lot of time. They've been like they're past we haven't really defined a specific amount of time, but it's been a while, I presume.
Yeah, I also think it's pretty easy for Slate to see that Slash wouldn't be this worked up over empty ships.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think there's definitely... So Slate is just going to kind of turns and looks at the captain and goes, ships ain't empty. There's probably Reavers around. And that ship in specific, there's definitely Reavers around.
As you absorb this information and kind of like consider it, Captain Aurora, Aya, what are you doing?
When we first approached the ship graveyard, there was a moment where Aya forgot about everybody on the ship, and all she saw were like things that she could, like plunder and get stuff for the Helena. She was in full kind of like tinkering gear mode, and then she saw how badly shaken Slash and Slate were, and now she's, like she's completely just, I don't know what to do, Cap. Should we go?
I mean, if there's actual Reavers out there in more than one of these ships, that's not a fight we can win.
Actually, Aya, I would like you to make me a luck roll. Use your
Why?
use your operate skill for this. I think would be appropriate.
Okie dokie. Fucking hell. It's not a 1, but it is a 2.
There's something about the motion of these ships as you're kind of like surveying, but I think you're so distracted by what is going on that you're kind of like with your crew members that you're not necessarily able to think straight.
Mm-hmm. It's just kind of raising the hairs on the back of my neck, but other than that, I'm just way too scattered to do anything.
Okay. So, what's everybody else doing? Captain Aurora, you've been considering this. You've been kind of like absorbing the information. What do you want to do?
I would like to, based on what Slate has said and what I have heard of the Reavers, I would like to kind of try to recall more like stories, I guess, what the scuttlebutt about things like this have been. Have people encountered something like this? Like, the placement seems just really odd to Ryka, that the fact that there's a Reaver graveyard this close to an Alliance thoroughfare and there's been no clashes. It just seems strange, because if there were lots of Reaver ships here, the thoroughfare is a prime ground to get supplies, siphon fuel, etc., in which case the Alliance would have moved their route or something, or someone would have come and blown this part of the block up. And so it's just really, she's just trying to get her head around how these things can exist so close to each other.
So what skill would you like to use?
My guess is this is a study.
You may go ahead and spend 2 stress to push yourself to add another die. I'm not sure a devil's bargain makes sense in this case, but go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, I shall push myself. Oh, ooh, a 5, a 5, and a 6.
Okay. So on a success, there is something that you realize that's called a dead man's switch protocol, which essentially, whenever a flagship of this size is surrounded or is overwhelmed by a number of attackers, they trigger a massive EMP. And it is consistent with the pattern of all of the ships floating dead in space around these two.
Okay.
But however, I will say with that success, you know that whatever the Charybdis is carrying is highly important to Alliance officials.
Yep. All right, so something went off, something big. A big EMP that took all these ships out. But not just any ship gets protection like that. Whatever's on there is important. And if we go for it, there's good, and the Alliance finds out, my guess is they're going to come looking.
The first time they bothered doing that. There's a lot of bitterness in Slate's voice when they say that.
I know. Poor buddy. Well, do we go in? I'm not making this call for us. We're gonna have to vote. I know what this could mean.
Flash like starts revving up the electric blade saw that is her hand. It almost sounds like an understanding.
Yeah.
Well, it's more like if that's what you guys are going for.
There's a good chance there's very little alive after a blast that took out this many ships. That's a lot of ships dead in the water.
We can fix what remains one way or the other. I'd really like to know what the Alliance is so intent on protecting.
Kill.
You know what? Slash, you see anything out there? You go for it.
Okay. So you guys are going to board not the Guan Yu, the Charybdis?
Yes.
Okay.
I think we're gonna stop pulling on it and
just enter
it
and push ourselves to it, kind of a thing, because we don't want to unplug it from the Guan Yu at this point. But I think we're gonna just use that and dock.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how are all of you guys going and entering? It sounds like I think I heard spacewalk before. Is that what you guys want to do?
I was thinking if we want, we can. If we're going in, we can just dock. A ship like that's got to have the ability to dock, right?
But wouldn't it be safer to spacewalk just in case there are reavers that could then easily get themselves through the dock onto the Helena?
We don't want to get the ship lost in the process.
Okay. Let's get relatively close and then spacewalk. Like, we're not gonna spacewalk for a mile.
Oh no.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna time to write some gear down, I guess.
Okay. So yeah, you guys pick your loads. Mark spacesuit on there. I'm pretty sure it's in every one of them, but if not, let me know.
Oh no, the gear is always empty for us to fill in.
Cool. So I'm gonna say with spacewalk gear, you're gonna be looking at 2 slots.
Cool.
So if anybody who is conducting a spacewalk, go ahead and mark that.
And that's all.
Anyone
of us, right?
not coming?
Yeah. Is anybody not coming? Is anybody staying with the ship?
Yeah, your pilot's got to be here.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well, I guess you're gonna have scanning. You're gonna run scans and
I'll
try to
keep an eye out.
Try to download some blueprints and shit and remote drive us.
Yep. Hey, and if I have to call you back because we gotta, just like burn rubber, we can. What is burn rubber? Well, we'll figure that out.
Burn fuel.
Let's moon them. that type of thing.
There you go.
There we go.
Let's moon.
Are you sure that's your final answer?
Ryka does want Aya to also be in a spacesuit and be armed.
Oh yeah.
Even while in the pilot's chair.
Cool.
We'll say this right now. Like, if you leave this ship and Aya is like fully decked out, the second that door closes, she's like unzipping and just like, like she won't get out of it, but she's definitely just like, to the waist and with like, her weapon. That's about it.
All over self-preservation. You have to respect it.
I know. I was like, I'm going out with style.
It's like when you have a very serious cutscene, but then you become aware that you've put your PC in the most ridiculous outfits.
So then
whenever it
you're just
pans
watching
over to your
this.
character, they're like in a pink cowboy hat because it gave you the best stats.
It's like every Dark Souls run I ever do.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of.
I'm just having such strong memories of Saints Row. If you've ever played that, where it's just you're having this really deep, intense scene of just got revenge on the bad guy and everything's super emotional, and you're wearing nothing but a panda hat, a panda head, and a pair of suspenders. Mood.
That's perfect.
I love that, and you've got like the what was it, the super finger emote or something? I don't know. Okay. All right, so Aya, you are staying on the ship. The 3 of you guys are, I think probably using I'm assuming you guys are using the grappling hook to hook to the hull of the Charybdis and kind of ballet down, right? Okay, so I think in this case you guys are leading a group action. Whoever wants to lead, describe for me what you are doing, and how you are kind of leading everybody to safety. If you fail on this, you will have to probably roll a resistance to make sure that you don't end up dooming the crew.
Okay. My guess is Slash.
I was about to say, if nobody minds, I'm pretty sure that she's leading this one.
Yeah, like
Not because she is aware she's leading anything, but I think it just makes the logical sense for her to go first.
I mean, yeah, I feel like it's probably Slash, Slate, the Cap.
Yeah, and I think we're all probably we are all tied to one another.
Yeah.
For sure. So that if someone loses their grip, you're not gonna go free floating.
Oof. So what do I roll?
So I think that if you want, this can be like sheer physicality. So what would that be for you?
Roll for yeet.
Is that prowess then?
Yeah, definitely prowess.
So I'm just confused. Am I rolling based on a stat block or like the stat set?
I think it's just your stat set. It's not stat block.
Okay, so it's just the pips that I have in prowess, not just like skirmish or something like that.
Oh no, it would be skirmish or maneuver or prowl or what have you.
Oh, got it.
But
it's raw power then in that case.
Awesome.
Like, I mean, there's no delicacy in anything Slash does. It's just yeeting herself out of the airlock.
Yeah, I will say that this is skirmish. You are brute forcing it. So
okay, that's 3.
And take 1 die for your. Have you already taken 1 die for your compatriots?
4 dice then.
Yeah.
All right, we're sitting pretty.
There we go. You say that.
Don't let us die.
Oh, don't worry about that. Do not fall off the table. Hang on, it rolled behind my computer, so now I need to find it again. Okay, thank God we had 4. We had a 1, a 2, a 4, and a 6.
Okay. So on a 6, you do succeed. And I think what this looks like is, I think that the hairs on the back of your neck, every, part of your medulla oblongata, the lizard portion of your brain is kind of like having that like fight or flight response, and you're half expecting the grappling hook to snap and loose all of you into the blackness of space. But as you kind of power forward, it remains taut, and you navigate everybody to the hull of the Charybdis, where you are able to use your magnetic boots to stick to the hull.
Nice.
Awesome.
Okay. So, the only obvious entry point for you guys that stands to not depressurize the vessel is probably the umbilical, unless you guys would prefer an alternate method in.
Are there any docking points?
I think because this is a flagship, there's probably numerous docking points. You could probably find a hatch on the way in. If anybody would like to call a flashback, you can do so.
I would say this was literally Slate's job to protect this ship. Wait, no, we're going into the capital ship. Never mind. But similar ships, where were we always the most concerned about possible infiltration?
I think probably that would be through kind of like the engine route. I will also say this, the route for the thrusters, because they're like the ships are dead in space, having been EMP'd. Those thrusters are completely dead. They probably serve no threat, as far as you can tell. You would probably get the aft of the ship. I will say this. It's going to be the thrusters for 1 stress. For 2 stress, you can name another point.
I think thrusters sound good.
Thruster sounds good.
I was thinking that they probably have like, once again, got to go back to their source material, like small C4 explosives to kind of like do very localized explosions to break into things.
Yeah, but we don't want to depressurize the ship.
Yeah, I don't.
Well,
think
no, that's why you'd want something that has an outer shell, right? And then I was like, I don't know, like you'd think that if there is the pressurization chambers, there's manual ways to open those doors.
Well, if we were to depressurize the airlock, if we were to bust through maybe an airlock room, then we could just seal it behind us anyway.
Okay.
And I feel like, and like, because we're also thinking that if there's an EMP, we're going to have to manually.
Well, if we go through the thrusters, we can get to the engine and into engineering, which should have airlocks. Because like that's the other thing is everything's designed so you can section it off.
To silo off, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's go through the thrusters. And I was just saying we could probably like, if we need to blow small panels in or something like that are easily resealable, because I think that's also probably what we have, right? Like you put the panel off, get inside, close it, and you
right.
Totally. Yeah, you guys can totally do that. Just one of you mark explosives off on your load.
I can do that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think you gave those to me.
No, we did not.
Okay. While you guys are doing that, Aya, you see.
I remembered this time. I pulled down the mic. It's okay.
I'm gonna drink anyway. Just
you remembered. Everybody drink.
My drink's not gonna drink itself.
I'm pretty much done. So.
All right. So Aya, as you are sitting in the cockpit, you know, lackadaisically wearing your spacesuit.
My feet are on my, are up. I know that no one else do this, but I can do this, and it's fine.
Yeah, your feet are up. You're probably watching funny save videos of dogs.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I will tell you this. You see a light on the comm for a hailing frequency. What do you do?
I kind of hone in on it. Do I get a sense of like which direction, or if I already know that it's coming from the graveyard, which ship it's coming from?
Yeah, it's coming from the Charybdis.
Cap? We got something on the Charybdis. We got a hail. Do you want to actually, at that point I just like stop talking, and can I listen in? Is it just beeps, or do I actually have a message?
Yeah, I think that if you would like to listen to the message, you can. You know that there is like a standard kind of message, but there's like you would be able to trace the frequency.
Yeah. Okay. I want to hone in and get a sense about it.
Okay. And you open the comm, and there is a video of a young woman who is clad in traditional garments of that of a companion. Can you describe this woman for me?
She is kind of like average height, but very curvy, hair's coiffed. I think we briefly touched on like what fabrics were for the wealthy, and so she is in something that is not as rough hewn as we have been wearing. She looks very, very put together, but I also assume very stressed.
Yeah. This kind of like very elaborate weave of hair that is kind of one of the hallmarks of a very put together companion. Is a little bit askew, a little bit undone. You can very clearly see the ties where they have come undone. But this woman is doing her best to kind of maintain a level look at the screen as she says,
SOS. This is Mei Li Ying of the Charybdis Alliance flagship. To anybody who is listening, SOS. We were cornered by Reavers out on the rim here. I think I've been hearing many people struggling. As far as I know, I may be one of the only survivors. Anything you can do to help, please, SOS, transmit this to, and...
There is a number of kind of a string of numbers that she rattles off. As you kind of hear this, it's her English is a little accented, and she repeats this message also in Mandarin. And as you are kind of like hearing this, she seems to be wherever she is in like a secluded area of the ship. It's dark all around her. She's trying to keep her volume low. What do you do?
And is there no way to, like, from the actual frequency to tell how long it was initially transmitted?
You can tell that this was fairly recent. It's only been a few hours. If you would like, you can make me an operate roll to see where the message went.
Okay, let's try it, because I'm doing so good with my rolls. A 4?
Wherever this message was going, it's hard for you to kind of decipher, but wherever this message was going, it was bound for someplace that was a non-alliance frequency.
Non-alliance. And then she mentioned a string of numbers. Do I recognize what it is?
That is the calling frequency.
Okay, got it. So that now, after I abruptly left the captain, I go back on it. I'm like, okay, there might actually be someone on the on the Charybdis. It was an SOS, but it's not very old. We actually might have someone that we could reach out to.
It might have survivors.
Maybe at least one.
Can you tap back into that frequency and
see if it can
reach? Yeah,
I worry that if we call back, it might alert whoever she's afraid of that she's there.
Well, the Reavers, right?
Yes, but she was kind of keeping it low, on the down low, and if we call back and she has to continue talking to us, we might have a problem.
Could we switch to Morse code?
I'm like 20 years old. What is Morse code?
It's where SOS comes from.
Got it. Wow, I don't want to talk about it.
There's a book there. I'm just wondering if there's anything you can do to let her know that she's been heard. But also,
is there a way? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was like, can you scan the ship to see
any more? Yeah.
Where there might be systems online? Because how are we gonna find her otherwise? I want roll something there.
You do have long range scanners, so I think you could probably pick this up if you want to throw another operator out there.
Let's go for it.
Tell us where she could be.
So I will tell you this: you can push yourself for another die, or I will give you a devil's bargain, which is I will start a clock. I will start dueling clocks if you add a die. For a devil's bargain. What do you do?
I have a weird sort of request.
Okay.
So I have this. So I have like an offhand point in where's my fucking sheet? In Attune, and I kind of took it because I was like she's not Aya's not very charismatic, and she's definitely not very lucky. But when it absolutely comes down to it, I think she's not religious, but there is that sort of kind of like spiritual, like there is something out there even in the black.
Mhm.
And I think that, and she doesn't really think about it until kind of moments like this, where she's like looking at a just complete decimation of life. And now that there's something calling out, she kind of like feels like she has a she feels a pull, I think.
Absolutely.
So she's eager to kind of go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. This is you are trying to attune to the luck of the verse.
Yeah.
So go ahead and you can roll a tune. You can also push yourself, or you can take that devil's bargain. What do you want to do?
Let's I'm gonna push myself.
Mark 2
So
stress. Okay.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 5.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. On a mixed success. So let me think here. So what are you trying to do with this mixed success, you think?
I'm trying to, the captain reminded me, like, okay, we've got scanners, we can do all these things. This is, so now I'm like really kind of pushing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like all of my, there's like the kind of pilot that I am. It's not for things like this, for rescue missions, really. I'm a getaway car, but I am trying my best. It's like, okay, what do I know about trying to save people? And just like going through my mind, going through everything from people who I've met, even Slate, like, okay, what do I got to do to make sure that we can get at least this one woman? So I'm just trying everything that I can.
Okay. So I will tell you this. You are able with the long range scanners to pinpoint the auxiliary, to pinpoint like life signs as well as kind of overall presence of auxiliary power. So you can tell that the area that the crew is entering close towards is the engineering section of the ship, because it is considered vital, has life support. The other thing I will tell you is that on top of that, there are sections of the ship, including the bridge, that have life support as well, which is situated very closely to the med bay as well as the bridge engineering, kind of like this big kind of command cluster there. But the thing that you also know is none of the other ships have life support. All of the Reaver ships, all of the remainder of the Alliance ships are disabled, as they are not flagships with a lot of these auxiliary systems that could withstand that sort of blast. Not only that, more importantly, there are no life support systems apparently online in the Guan Yu, which means that wherever, if there are Reavers remaining, they are going to be on the Charybdis.
So, as I'm realizing this, the first thing I blurt out is like, life support, and then just quiet as I keep thinking more, and then I have to go backtrack, and I was like, okay, and then I explain everything about like what I have seen and all these things. It just and I do stress like, but where she is, if there are Reavers still, they're going to find her there. We have to go now.
Okay. Can you guide us?
Yep, I'm gonna send you what I've got, some coordinates and some vague blueprints that I can draw up about what I can see from life support, and send it down to all three of you.
Cool.
Okay.
Awesome. So flashback to the three of you as you guys are making your way to the engines or deciding to blow a hole in the ship. The other like realization that Aya's scan gives you is that you could probably blow a hole in any part of the ship that doesn't have life support online.
Oh, good point.
What do you guys do?
Well, we need to get to her fast. Which means, where's the closest part that doesn't have life support? We go in through a hatch around there.
Noise. We make noise. We get a fight, though. Might be faster to move quiet.
Could also just chuck Slash in first and clear a path.
True.
But also, we're making noise in space, so if there's no one there, there's no one there to hear it.
Yeah, but vibrations are still a thing. There's no sound to carry explosive material, but
They'll
there's
hear the
still...
explosion in the ship, though. Well,
Yeah.
If they're on the ship, yeah. But like, where? I guess the question is, how far from the thrusters is the area with life support? Are we running the whole length of the ship?
So the thrusters are going to be right adjacent to engineering, and engineering has life support.
Engineering does have life support. Okay, well, let's just go through that then.
All right, let's go through engineering then.
Okay. So you guys approach the kind of apertures for these thrusters, which you realize if you had gotten this close to them while they were operational, you guys would literally have been disintegrated. But all of them are not only they're not only not firing, they are cold, which means that they have been down for some time, for a few hours at least. But the way is very clear through the aperture. If you can just navigate your way through the tubes, maybe even through kind of like the pressurization there, you can kind of blow through into the engineering. What do you do?
Slash, are you leading the way?
Yeah.
I don't know if Slash is capable of like confirming if you're asking in character. It's more just like it is happening.
I assume Slash moving, I guess, is the correct question.
Yeah. There's the smell of blood. Like once they get in,
Yeah.
like it's instinct now. I'm not even sure you could really talk to her. It's more she's moving. Don't
Slate.
stand in front of her.
Yeah,
I think
Slate's
while
sticking
they're
close behind.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was saying Ryka's looking behind, but also while they're walking, since they are on comms, Ryka will also say, if there's still somebody alive on this ship on life support, how the hell has it been down long enough for Badger to hear about it?
That's a real good point. Once we find out what's going on here, I'm sure we can make a quick stop and ask him. Or have Slash ask him.
I was thinking the same. Well, let's get out of this one in one piece and try to help some folks if we can first.
So we're outside the door to engineering, or we're in engineering proper now?
I would say, I mean, you guys are basically going up through the Jeffries tubes. You guys are having to go through the pipe.
Fucking nerd.
Yeah. Did you expect anything else? We live on a spaceship, dear. Okay. So you guys are going up kind of like the pipeline through the thrusters, where a lot of this thrust would be pushed. So I think that there's kind of like a pressurization seal there that opens when the systems are nominal, where typically the ship is kind of moving forward. If you would like, you could try to, like, you think you might be able to hack it open with some assistance, or you could try to blow your way through. What do you do?
Quiet is better than loud.
Yeah. Aya? Or Slate, are you a hacking type?
Is hack Tinker?
Yes.
I am not a hacking type. I wasn't allowed to take a point in Tinker.
I'm a hacking type.
That's wrong type of hacking.
Damn it.
You can
Aya, you got anything?
Well, here's the funny thing though. I actually have a point in Tinker.
All right.
Can you shake it?
Do
it.
I will tell you this. You may push yourself, or you may take a devil's bargain. What do you want to do?
What's the devil's bargain?
I'd love to hear a devil's bargain here, because I think being this close to her old ship, there are some skills that Slash used to have. And we're in exactly the place where she used to have them, the engineering room.
The devil's bargain is I start a clock.
No, budgie. What's the clock? Do we get to know?
An alert clock.
Who's gonna get alerted?
Kind of good though, isn't it? My sense of drama loves it. I have to say yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Add a die. Roll
All
'em.
right, that's 2 dice.
I will. Sorry, you already rolled. Go ahead.
That's it. That's double sixes.
What?
That's memory coming back, baby.
Oh my god.
I love
would
it.
Would you allow me to have a moment?
Yeah,
Just
of
look-
course. You fucking rocked it. Yeah.
What does it look like?
I think there's a moment where we're like facing these doors. And like Slash just comes straight over, yanks like one of the wall mounts off. And I'm pretty sure y'all are freaking out at this point.
Yeah.
And then just very calmly, like almost in a full-blown trance, just pulls 3 of the wires and just like starts sparking them together in like a certain pattern, and then slams them like gracelessly back into the frame, and then takes 1 step back.
And then the
What?
incredibly quickly top of the line Alliance tech, the doors shoot open and the way is clear for, or the kind of barrier, the seal shoots open, and the way is clear for you to make your way onto the maintenance hatch, through the maintenance hatch of the tube and into the engineering proper. Yeah, I all of you guys saw Slash do this amazingly deft move.
Oh, I love when the dice do shit like that.
I think you see, there is a moment where, like Slate's just kind of like had one hand out to just kind of like trying to calm Slash down, just kind of slowly lowers it, and is like, it's coming back.
I think Ryka's just standing there with explosives in her hand, she was ready to blow the second door. And then she was like,
just remember,
and, like it's gone. Like Slash is just like, the door's opened and she continued to there's like a little shake of her head and then she's just stalking forward again.
Awesome.
alrighty.
All right, let me see if I can now change this from deep space to Derelict Freighter. All right. So, as you stalk forward, the thing that you notice about the engineering bay here is that the lights are kind of flickering and doing kind of like a almost like that alert, where it's kind of like a orange light is playing off of the walls, and it is bright enough with the auxiliary lights that you can make out the outline of this large kind of chamber, and you through these through this chamber you see that there is a entry point which leads to the rest of the ship, a passageway leading to the med bay, the bridge, and further along in the quarters that are not sustaining life support, cargo and other such auxiliary functions. Where are you guys headed?
Just a heads up, chat says music is inaudible.
Okay, let me push that up.
Aya, where are we headed? Drink!
Ah!
God damn it!
Get your drink on!
Spectacular.
I was like, is she gonna do it? Is she gonna do it? Is she gonna do it? Yeah, she did it!
Oh, fuck.
Oh my
This is why we're making bad decisions.
This is very much why we're making bad decisions. Okay, so remembering what I knew because obviously my drunk ass can't. Where should they be going next? Where are we seeing where they should be going next?
So engineering is apparently empty. The other options that they have available to them are the med bay, and the bridge for those supporting life support.
I kind of want to tell you to go to med bay, even though I'm pretty sure she's not there. It wouldn't hurt to maybe get some supplies if you can.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But I also think maybe med bay someplace. I feel like the bridge is a bad place to hide.
I agree. But
I don't know. Slash, would you think they hit the med bay or the bridge?
Are you asking Slash?
And I'm gonna point to the two directions. Med bay, bridge.
Slash gestures to bridge.
Ooh. Alrighty. Well, she fucking hacked open a door earlier.
yeah, I mean, I assume that there's like a little cam or whatever Google glasses that you have now in the future that I can see what you see, and you and I were both just like, so
Yes.
I'm not gonna question where Slash wants to go, where thinks we should go. So
Okay, yeah.
they go bridge, let's go.
Let's go bridge.
Okay. You begin making your way towards the bridge. And down this hall, the med bays are on either side. Further down, there are kind of additional passageways leading deeper into the ship. But down this long hallway is the kind of section of the ship that is for the purpose of not just the bridge, but also communications. So as you are stalking your way towards the corridor, towards that opening, you see shadows moving through the glass of this door, many of them. And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Cool.
Sad of a heart.
We ended on a safe place, I think.
Yeah, totally safe space.
It's very safe.
A safe space, yes.
Total safe space, absolutely. Why would I ever put you guys outside of a safe space? It's
Good
safe
Lord.
in space. Nobody
Safe
can hear you
place.
cry out.
Yeah, this is like a safe point. Like if something bad happens, we can just reload back to the bridge, right?
I would
That's how life and death works.
absolutely. You just need a good respawn point. Guys, I will say you guys rolled really well on a lot of this stuff. Like when it counted, like, oh my God.
We got a lot of bad rolls out early.
Yeah,
That crit, that was fantastic.
so beautiful.
Oh, that's just
I
such
I
a
can't
good
get
I
over how
love,
good it was.
my favorite thing is when either a crit success or a fail is like just so juicy for the narrative. Makes me so happy every time.
Okay. So guys, we are ending for tonight. We will return with the second half of this two-parter next week. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Expect more intrigues and more kind of twists and turns as we venture once more into the verse. But before we end for tonight, let's go ahead and do shout outs. Des, if you would like to give your shout outs.
My shout outs? As in wait.
Well, tell us where to find
I
you
am
and stuff.
drunk,
Tell us
man.
where to
You can't
find-
do this to me.
Amazing.
Also, Des,
Fantastic.
how tidy are you?
Huh?
Like, how are you drunk?
What's this like? I keep fucking up.
Fair.
That's
You did
the
this to
problem.
yourself.
It's a
I
So what you're
vicious
telling
cycle.
me is you did
It
this to
is.
yourself.
You can find me on places where the internet exists at Desapalooza. I take that username everywhere I can. And on this channel, obviously, I'll be back on next Tuesday.
Awesome. Well done. Marcy, shout outs, plugs, what you got?
What's up? It's still me. I'm Marcy. You can find me places around the internet under the username Experimental Madness. Again, except for Twitter. Let's see what I got for shout outs. Well, as we already know, next week is going to be a finale of our fun Firefly two-parter. And if you're not totally sick of myself, Hopper, or Zach, you can find us this Sunday Doing the Hole in the World. We're going to be on the third part of our part 2. Did I get it?
Yeah.
Is it the third part? Time means nothing to me anymore.
Third
It's not real.
episode
the third episode of part 2.
Yeah, there we go.
It made it
Part
harder for
2,
myself.
episode 3. of The Hole in the World.
It's
First
gonna be a doozy. So come join us then, 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. And other than that, that's all I got for this week. I will save all of our teasers for October for next week.
It is going to be a lot of fun. Everybody has been coming to me with like, oh, can I do this and can I do that? And I say, yes, you can.
Oh boy.
You can absolutely do all of those things. Speaking of which, Hops, what are you doing? What's shout outs? Plugs.
Shout outs.
What are you doing? Also,
What's up? I'm Hopper. Sorry about that. Fail deadly on many places on the internet. That is with a 3 instead of an E, so it looks kind of like fail badly. I guess really quick, 2 quick shout outs to both of them, to Jeff Stormer, any award-winning game designer Jeff Stormer, and New Jersey Webfest best DM and a podcast winning motherfucker podcast guy who 100% deserves both of those fucking awards, and we love
All
him.
around rad dude.
Yeah,
Yep.
just the fucking best. And so we are over here cheering gleefully. On a more depressing note, September is Suicide Awareness Month, and I like to remind people of that because sometimes things are hard, and there is we here on Flights of Fandom and at Manaput Studios in general care a lot about you guys, and we care about our communities and the people around us. And so it's important to know that there's always ways to reach out, and like shit, you can personally message me, and unless you're a fucking Nazi, I will fucking drop everything to talk to you. So yeah. Be good. Life is better than not life.
Here.
So be good, be healthy, be gay, do crime. Be gay, do crime instead.
Puja, shout outs, plugs, what you got?
Hello, everybody. I am Puja. You can find me on Twitter at Puja and at Pujabarwaki on Instagram and in the Twitch chat. I will be here next Tuesday, of course, for the what is bound to be a thrilling conclusion to this 2-part flight. But when I'm not here, you can find me in a bunch of other places. Wednesday is about to ramp up, so I'll announce more specifics on that once I have it hammered out. But Thursdays, you can find me over on the Wandering DMs channel at 8:30 Eastern, where we are playing Sentinels of the Multiverse, also and multi-NE nominated RPG system where we play comic book heroes, and with the twist of there being trading cards that audience can play that change the game live. So it's lots of fun. And then on Sunday, you can find me over on Praxagora Thasmaphoria's channel at 8 Eastern, where we play Romance of the Blue Rose, a Blue Ronin RPG, which was lovingly called by a bunch of tabletop incels as the gay RPG. Also, funnily enough, the only RP I've ever played that has just naturally, over the course of 2 seasons, evolved into a polycule. An organic polycule just emerged from nothing. Yeah, it's pretty great.
Organic as opposed to what?
Synthetic polycule?
Synthetic polycule.
This one was dictated by polycules. Someone set it up.
That's the thing. Yeah.
It was unorganized. So yeah. Oh my God.
Anyway, you can find links to all of these games over in my Twitter bio. So please do come check that out if it sounds up your alley. And of course, if not, I will see you here next Tuesday. And as for shout outs, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Jeff needs a double shout out, not only for being a complete badass who continues to astonish us, but also for being here last week and running a game on this very channel. A game that won an Annie Award.
was amazing.
Yes. So if you haven't seen that, is it up on YouTube yet or?
Not yet. But it's still available on VOD.
I have my announcement on that to come.
Oh, but in the meantime, because it's only been a week, you can check out the VOD. So yes, please do check it out. It was such a good time. Oh my God.
It's old school Superman. So we're
Superman.
beating up fascists and, protecting the neighborhood.
It's a very good palate cleanser.
That's what you should want in your Superman stories. And I'll die on this hill.
Always.
It's a good palate cleanser for everything that is 2021.
Rather, you'll make other people die on that hill.
Exactly. That's what I meant by that.
Love it.
As is tradition in like superhero media.
But yeah, that's it for me.
And for my own part, obviously, check us out on The Hole in the World. We may or may not have Manapod Happy Hour tomorrow. Just depends on if we can gather enough brave souls to.
Hey, sign up for that.
Yeah, please do. If you haven't.
On the Discord.
Exactly. We have a Discord. Hold on. Let me. Yeah. Wait. There it is.
Some games?
That's an invite for that Discord. If you would like to play in our Manapod Happy Hour, this is our call out to the community. Please reach out to Darling Archer on the Discord and make yourself known and come play with us. That's going to be fantastic.
Come play with us.
Come play with us, Danny.
No.
Play with me in the space.
No.
Yeah.
What voices are y'all attempting to do here?
None.
Yeah.
I will start threatening people in Kermit voice. Don't make me pull out the Kermit voice.
Hopper, I haven't pulled out the voice that you're most afraid of.
Oh no, God no! I'm leaving.
All right, hold on. Whoa, time out. So in addition to checking that stuff out for Manapod Happy Hour, check out The Hole in the World. On the Sundays that we are not doing it, the Angel Citadel Josh, who is in our chat, runs his own Invisible Sun game called The Soul's Direction. So every Sunday is Invisible Sunday now, thanks to him and the wonderful cast, which also includes the Great Fezrax and I believe Joanna Walls as well. Joanna Angel Citadel Joanne. So that is going to be super cool. And you guys should check that out. In addition, the Superman episode of Flights of Fandom is going to be up in probably about a week. I just need to get some deets from Jeff now that I'm back from vacation. And that is going to be super cool. And you can watch that. And it is really great. And you guys should really enjoy that when you see it. And slowly but surely, we're going to be trickling out some more interesting videos of Flights of Fandom past, which are going to show up on YouTube because they're no longer on VOD. So there'll be a nice little treat for everybody. And, come October, things are going to get out of control. And it's going to be super fun. So
what was that, Hopper? Do it again. Do it again. There it is.
Guys, it's going to be out of control.
It's called a teaser.
I'm going to fucking drive. I will drive across the borough and spray you with the little water balls.
But guys, we got a lot of stuff going on. It's going to be great. Come join us for Once More Into the Verse next week for the exciting conclusion of our two-parter. We love you. Take care of yourselves. Take care of the people that you love. And we'll see you soon. Also, shout out to Warbler Wren and to Fantasy Animal Vegan for resubscribing. Thanks so much. And everybody else who joined us for chat that I'm running out the clock, so I can't name you, but like the Grouch Couch, thank you.
A great name.
Yeah, such a great name. Everybody be good, and we will see you next week. Ta-ta for now.
We promise.
And oh wait, even better. I'm trying to think.
What's gonna kill everybody?
You can't take the sky from me?
Yeah, you can't
Burn
take the sky.
Boil the sea.
That's it.
You can't take
the sky from me.
Somebody
We gotta go.
Damn stream.
Night, everybody. Be good.